All right, hey, this is Act 2 of the podcast. We're getting right back into it. If you missed Act 1, go back and listen to that thing. Otherwise, this isn't going to make any sense. Okay, see ya. Rebecca says you'll get the show with the Queen of the Forest on Tier 2. Okay, now you're putting the cart in front of the horse. I love how you guys are so enthusiastic about EZ and the Queen of the Forest. Not officially titled yet, but I would have to say that I would cause such a letdown amongst my Patreon subscribers if I did not create EZ and Pooh Bear doing a show together, that I think people would be pissed off. Gibbs knows best, who I now think I know who that is. I think I know who that person is. I may have known it before, but it may have slipped my mind. It says you'll get a pair of Michelle McCormick's Dirty Scrundies if you subscribe, which leads me to believe that Travis Gibbs is watching this in the WLAV studio with my beloved pal, Michelle McCormick, and local scuzz, Greg Henson, while I'm doing this. And I cannot believe the level of disrespect that we just witnessed with that comment. It's kind of like a reunion of sorts, as now Ben Glaze is realizing that it is Travis. And he's like, Travis! Yeah. Would you assholes at LAV quit fucking around and just bring Ben and I back? You stupid fucks. Good God. I can be there Monday. Holy shit. Kick the midday voice tracking beauty queen to the curb and bring in EZ. EZ and Ben Glaze will dominate. The Eric Zane Show on Thunder. Oh, my God, we would crush it. Put us back on 107.3. All right, anyway, I'm kicking you folks to the curb that are on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And then we will continue this show. Again, apologies for the show, short show today. My prostate needs a looking. Eric Zane Show on the Q. Why not? Why not? The open and live stream of this show is brought to you by Realtor Adam Kasari. If you want to sell your home, if you want to buy a home, Adam's the guy. He's in West Michigan. You can reach him at 616-914-4061. 616-914-4061. You'll see his little logo pop up over my shoulder if you miss any of that information. Outstanding person to sell your home or help you to buy one. Berlin Raceway. You have till tonight at 11:59 p.m. to get $20 tickets for this weekend's ARCA race at Berlin Raceway. Go to berlinraceway.com. The ARCA races happen tomorrow at 6:30. 15 and under free, parking free. Bring in a cooler with all your snacks and soft drinks. No glass, no booze. Cooler must be 12 by 18 or smaller. Great place to have a fantastic evening. You got a bar in the grandstand area, underneath the grandstand, I guess. There's a band playing there as soon as the races get done, so you can like hang out. That's a great place if you want to meet a chick who likes to wear like Daisy Dukes with cowboy boots. Now, I don't necessarily like that look, but a lot of people do. But that's a thing. You get like a lot of chicks there that are looking for a hard living line, blue collar, tractor driving dude to take them home. When you're at the bar after the races, at Berlin Raceway. EZ gets his hair cut at King's Room Barbershop, and you should too. 3 locations. Northland Drive, Caledonia, 821 36th Street in Wyoming. Haircuts are $21. That's where guys go to get their hair cut, or chicks who like short hair. I kind of have a crush on Deidre, who cuts hair out of the 821 36th Street, Wyoming location. And it's because of her hair. She has like gray hair, and I don't know what it is, man. But any chick who has gray hair and like really embraces it, and it's long and flowing and full and taken care of, they look like unicorns to me. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Anyway, King's Room Barbershop, online at kingsroom.net. Antonio Brown is wanted for attempted murder. You can trace Antonio Brown's crazy back to that hit that he took on by Vontaze Burfict, who for years was a guy in the NFL who he was always like really cracking people with illegal hits and these weirdo blindside skull crunching moments. And that happened to Antonio Brown years ago. And this guy has been off the rails ever since. When this guy dies soon, he has to be one of those people that when he kills himself, he shoots himself in the chest so that they can examine his brain. Like, for example, football player Junior Seau, he did that. He was all fucked up, killed himself. 99% of all football players shoot themselves after they retire. And they took one look at Junior. They're like, okay, all right, let's take a look. And they use the cranial saw, and they cut all the way around. There's video of this too. I just got to search it out. And then they lifted it off, and the brain was the size of a thumbnail. True story. I'm not making that up. Alan says Vontaze Burfict hit people like they did in the 1970s. Oh, yeah. In fact, I could possibly hear Vontaze. How do you spell that? Okay, it's Vontaze, I see. It looks like Vontaze Burfict. Dirty hits. Dirtiest hits. Yeah, why not? My God. 6 minutes and 7 seconds long. A Vontaze Burfict dirtiest hits collection. All right, let's check it out.
Incomplete.
All right, this is the one against Brown. It's the first one. First one in this whole thing.
Roethlisberger from the pocket. Middle of the field. Incomplete.
It happened fast.
Roethlisberger from the pocket. Middle of the field. Incomplete. Personal foul. A flag does come in. Went to the head.
Personal foul, defense number 55. 15-yard penalty.
Okay.
Was talking on the sideline the whole time, it seemed like, to Vontaze Burfict.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Goes down like a rag doll. Okay, now prior to that hit, Antonio Brown would spend every waking moment away from football practice, like walking old ladies across the street and, rescuing animals from the animal shelter, giving to charity, mentoring young people. He was married, had been married for years. Was a great father. Well, he went as soon as that hit happened. Like the game ended, and he called his wife up and said, "Fuck you, bitch. Fuck those kids too." And then he went outside, and there was a kid in a wheelchair that said, "Hey, what the fuck is his name? Antonio, can you sign this picture of you?" And he flipped the chair. And then there was a steamroller. He got in the steamroller. He rolled over the child. Child was dead. He scraped the child off the fucking concrete into the sewer. Gone forever. He's been a total psychopath since this hit. It's because of this guy, Vontaze Burfict.
Rodgers fires, pass is caught, and then a flag for the hit.
I don't know why
Jones has got a first down, and then he got hit up.
All right, I'm not going to sit here and watch all these. All you need to know is that Brown is fucked up because of Burfict. Tyler says he was the pride of CMU, too. Less than EZ, of course. Yeah, I remember seeing him play at CMU. Alan says, have you seen Antonio Brown's first annual Cracker of the Year Awards? No, I haven't seen that. Well, why am I bringing all this up? Well, the story just dropped that Antonio Brown is wanted for attempted murder. It took a while to turn this one around, but last month there was a boxing event that Brown was at, and there was a fight, and there were no arrests at the time. But now a warrant has been issued for Brown's arrest, accusing him of attempted murder with a firearm. So it wasn't known at the time, but I guess they've come up with footage of like him running towards somebody shooting a gun, like Bourne Identity style, missed the guy that he was firing at. Brown claimed that at this event, he was jumped and that he was released after telling the authorities his side of the story. And they said, all right, that sounds good. Videos posted to social media seem to include the sound of gunfire, though. The warrant cites witnesses who claim Brown was the shooter. Cops obtained the footage of what appears to be Brown punching the dude before taking the gun. He took the gun from a security officer, like yanked it out of his holster, and ran toward the guy that Brown had punched. Cell phone video shows a pair of gunshots as Brown approached the victim. Several days later, the victim met with the police detectives. He said that after the initial fight had been broken up, Brown began to run toward him with the gun, shot twice. Victim said he was possibly grazed in the neck. That's weird. How do you not know if you've been hit by a bullet or not? It'll be at about this point when I start seeing messages of, what happened? Where did he go? Apparently something happened to the live stream. I think it's back now. I'll just let that percolate. Let people filter back in here. On my end, I was talking about Antonio Brown, and then all of a sudden I heard a chime from my computer indicating that I lost the stream. I immediately restarted it and got everybody back, thank God. Brandis is here. It's been a while. Glad you're back. So anyway, Antonio Brown is in trouble. Yeah, when he shoots himself in the chest, they need to take a look at that guy's brain. I've got to Oh my God. I've got to share something hilarious with you. It is a radio story. It is about my pal JC at Q100. So every day I read JC's question of the day. And what he does is he posts on Facebook a little thing about this day in rock history or something to that effect. And then he finishes up his entry with, hey, it's also National Hot Dog Day. And so he'll reference that. He references two things. And the big thing he talked about yesterday was the passing of Brian Wilson. So he says, oh, my God, what a career. Rest in peace, 82 years old. Oh, by the way, it's also in that he did it again. He mentioned a certain day. And I remember when I read it, I was like, what? Huh? That sounds weird. But you see here, it says it's, talking about the Beach Boys, and then it's Child Labor Day. What was your first job? I pumped gas at Speedway at 12. And I went, Child Labor Day? What? I have never heard of that, and it sounds weird. Something's off about that, but I kind of ignored it, and people are like, well, I had a paper route, or I pumped gas too, or I worked at Burger King. But so contextually, that's what he's shooting for, and that's what he thought. But that's not accurate at all. Where he thought it was like, that. Somebody tipped me off that that's not the case at all. June 12th is not Salute to Kids Working Day. It's World Day Against Child Labor. So yesterday was a day that, in recognition of, countless people in fucked up countries with children that work in sweatshops, making Nikes and iPhones and shit like that. Ding Dong thinks it's, hey, let's salute the working kids. And oh my God, I mercilessly beat the shit out of him over this one. Oh my God, did that make me happy? In fact, the person who tipped me off about it wrote, this is what JC referred to as National Child Labor Day. I had so much fun with it. This guy is effing amazing. I wrote, oh my God. It felt weird when I read it. So this is actually trying to put a halt to abuses that occur through child labor. Yet he was thinking it was a salute to hardworking kids. Ha 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 ha. I'm going to murder him over this. And boy, did I. I dropped the bomb on him today. Tyler says JC celebrating World Sweatshop Day. Outstanding. All right. I got a video I want you to check out. This is taken from a baseball game just the other day. You've got lady reporter in the dugout doing, I guess, an interview. She's, you see that from time to time, baseball. All right, yeah, we know you're in the middle of the game, but let's have a word. Somebody hits a foul ball. The ball goes screaming right towards her face. Cameraman, who is, putting her out to the world, he has enough sense to look, and he tracks the ball, and incredibly, he puts his hand up and saves this chick from certain death. Okay, look at that. That was headed directly towards her face. I don't give, okay, that's pretty silly to just kind of like put a piece of paper over your face instead of actually getting out of the way. I mean, she can see it, but does she get out of the way of it? No. She puts a piece of paper up. Cameraman, though, looking out for her. Okay, it would have killed her. She would absolutely have been dead if that hit her right in the face. There's cameraman, and she's a cutie. And he's thinking, oh, man, she might actually have to take him home. I mean, if you're hoping to score some points with Hot Chick Reporter, that's a good way to do it. You're like, hey, I'm looking out for you. Boy, I'd be a good person to match up with you. Amy is here. She got here a little bit late. Of course, sometimes people forget that we start at 9 a.m. on a Friday. I was actually later than 9 a.m. I was more like 9:08. But she says hello to our pal Ryan, who is here, whose schedule sometimes is all over the place. But we have the usual stars in the chat that join us each and every workday right here on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Jeremy says to Rebecca, his now girlfriend, just so you know, when we go to the Tigers game, I'm letting you get drilled in the face. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that type of talk. Cole says that about cameraman. He better have gotten a plower after that. We have another story that I want to share about people at Yellowstone National Park doing dumb things. Tis the season. Earlier in the week, we had a story about the guy who got way too close to the bison. Do you say bison or bison? I say bison. Is bison the plural of bison? Because there's like a football team. I forget which one it is. I think it's the guys with the blue turf. They're known as the bison. Well, anyway, this bison is there minding its own business, and this fat-ass mom decides she thinks it's a fucking petting zoo, and she walks up to interact with the bison at the park. Here we go.
Video of a close encounter at Yellowstone National Park between a baby and a bison. It's leading to new warnings tonight of the danger.
He said bison.
Of getting too close to wildlife.
And this after a tourist from New Jersey just yesterday was gored by a bison at the same park. Fox 31's Jared Dean joins us with more on the warning tonight. And Jared, you spoke with the woman who took this video.
Yeah, Rob and Jennifer Gunderson told me they couldn't believe their eyes when they saw people walking right up to the 1,000-pound animal in the park.
We'd been watching the turn-ons of Yellowstone for the past couple.
Oh, no. Speaking of bison, look at this chick.
Years and thought there's just no way people do this in person. And sure enough, we were witnessing it as live could be.
It's an alarming.
What we need to do is you know how like there's tornado chasers, storm hunters. People need to go to the park just to keep an eye out for these people and just shoot video. And then you can make money when you sell them. Like if that little kid in the yellow jacket there, that 3-year-old, if the bison, if we were lucky enough to get the bison to gore the child, the amount of views you would get online, you should have your spot online, your social media as bisongorings.com or whatever, and then the bison gores the child, and then the bison actually has the child stuck on the horn. And the bison is now running around with a child on its horn, bleeding out. You'd get so many views. It'd be awesome. You could post it from right there.
Sight happening more and more often. Tourists walking right up to adult bison and other large animals in Yellowstone National Park. Rob and Jennifer Gunderson tell me they were celebrating their anniversary.
I don't know why Rob and Jennifer didn't walk up to these assholes afterwards and interview them.
When they were visiting the park and captured this dangerous interaction.
And there comes another kid. There's another kid with a mom's got holding onto the kid's hand, and she's got a baby on her shoulder.
Shocking. Honestly, it was shocking. I can understand if you want to go up and think you can get close to a bison, but to bring
I can't.
A small
Only a moron would do that.
Toddler.
Thankfully, that family walked away unharmed, but that's not always the case. On Tuesday, a tourist from New Jersey was gored by a bison after he and others got too close to the animal. A sad reminder of the very real dangers of getting too close to large wildlife.
Now, replace the word sad with great.
According to Colorado Parks and Wildlife, bison can grow up to 1,000 pounds and 10 feet long. The national park recommends stay at least 25 yards away and...
All right, I'm bored now. If there's no goring, I'm not interested. The suggestion, stop preventing people from finding out when they fuck around. Yeah, fuck around, find out, right? FAFO. Dave says this is why we need national park workers to tell all these idiots not to poke the bears. Disagree. Don't tell them. Think about it. If more and more people like this are injured, that's less people polluting the gene pool. All right. I apologize for the short show. Thank you to Kuiper Tree Care. 616-828-8225, KUIPER, treecare.com. In West Michigan, that's who you call. You can call them or text that number if you want. 616-828-8225. Get your cars repaired at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Whether it's a combustion engine, whether it's an EV or a hybrid, they do it all. Continuing education makes them tops in the field. Car dealerships call on them to repair the tough jobs. 616-532-6600 for Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. ERVines.com. That's ERVines.com. Dumpaholics. If you need a dumpster in West Michigan, call these guys. 616-375-9962. In West Michigan, and you need a dumpster, maybe some junk removal, you're doing a renovation, they can do all that for you at Dumpaholics. And finally, Frank Fuss wants you to get into an insurance policy through healthcare.gov, but doing that alone is sometimes a pain in the ass, so I suggest you reach out to Frank. He'll do it for free. It doesn't cost you a dime to get your healthcare policy through healthcare.gov with Frank. Frank also says this, XRP on a dump. Buy zone $2.03 to $2.05 at $2.10 now. He's crazy about cryptocurrency. And so I usually tell him to fuck off when he gives me some stupid crypto advice. So silly. It's probably not, but whatever. Thank you, Frank. We have the asshole of the day today. I feel really bad that it is a 1-hour show. I'll join you on Patreon bonus podcast a little bit later on today. Remember, we have the first ever pinball orgy at Pinball Land next Friday. It starts at the Corner Bar in Rockford at 8 p.m. And then we migrate over to Pinball Land. RSVP, Eric at ericzaneshow.com, or just show up on Friday. That is it. Antonio Brown is your asshole of the day because he is. Or maybe even Vontez Burfict for giving Antonio Brown CTE. That is going to do it for me. Thank you so much, folks. As always, you're an outstanding audience. Be good to each other the rest of the day and your loved ones, and I will talk to you on the Patreon bonus podcast. Come back, Kelly Cheese. We miss you. Have a good one, folks. Thank you, and bye-bye.